This business is like the Wild West. Gold, silver, rare coins, lost treasures of history. You never know what's gonna walk through that door. I'd go to 500.
The fuck is this?
Watch this. I'm Evan Kale, and this is Pawn Man. Guys, we have a great episode in store for you today, but before we get into the excitement, I sincerely want to thank this episode sponsor once again, Reaper Precious Metals. You guys go visit reaperpreciousmetals.com and use promo code PAWNMAN to get 5% off hand-poured superior silver bullion products. And with that, you guys, let's get into the episode. All right, back at it. First deal of the new year. My employees smashing up some sterling, and we have a World War II item. Take a look at it. Actually, pretty interesting. I don't see hat pieces like this in this good a condition. God, you gotta wonder how much meth oozed out of his skull and the sweat is in here. No, what is something like this worth? I actually have no idea. I've never seen one like this. Let's look it up. I'll tell you, I've not done very well in militaria lately. Gets expensive. I tend to overpay and lose money. So I know roughly what are you looking to get out of it.
You know, I'm kind of open. Did you have a price in mind?
Just best reasonable.
Okay, I mean, I literally have no idea. I'll tell you what, I'll even you out what you got into it, because I could be overpaying, I have no idea. But I'll make some great content out of this.
Okay.
I love history, I love items like this. Definitely not gonna display it.
Sure.
Because, you know.
Yeah.
So 2.25, I could do that.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do that.
Deal.
How do you feel about books from like 1679?
I know nothing about rare books. I've never bought one, but I am down to clown.
Well, these are they're pocket Bibles from 1679, Biblia Sacra.
That's why.
Holy shit.
I know.
Where'd you guys get these?
I got those. I'm friends with some rare book collectors online, and so we've done some deals in the past. I came across these and I bought them.
Anno fexentefimo vete no. Mene funcendo. Sure.
All in Latin.
Little boys don't talk. Retail on these tops about $200 each.
200 each?
Yeah.
What did you? That's retail,
Yeah.
obviously.
Would you take 3 for the pair?
Yep. Let's do it.
Well, while we're on the subject, we're gonna have Reed Moon reads rare books on the program soon. Thanks, Reed. What else you got?
Some stuff. Are you interested in a Neolithic bracelet from the Sona? It's actually the second one I've had. The other one was a white and black, not marble.
Well, and the con artist brought me shit like this. $100.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's a good offer or not. I mean, fuck it. I'll make content.
They're silver. They're from all over the world.
No, definitely. Well, you're keeping me honest today. There's a lot of stuff I don't see very often. All right, so these prices here on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe it's a good deal, maybe it's not. I'm really busy. Okay, cool. So, 65 more. What's this? What am I holding?
It's a sterling silver Viking axe.
Oh, that was 260.
Okay.
Okay. Pony Express.
This guy is a lot older than that.
30s.
Yeah, this looks older. 20 for the pair.
Done deal?
These are kind of in rough shape, but they're sterling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, aren't they neat? Don't think the blades are.
Well, that was a bad idea.
Right? I don't know how old that dust is, or rust, or whatever it is.
Well, these are cool. These are sterling.
The handles for sure, sterling,
Okay.
the sheath, but I don't know about
What,
that.
you know here this is from?
I do not know, and I'm gonna guess that one's early 1900s.
$80.
Sure.
How'd you make this? It's really good work.
Hand cast.
Casting.
Wow.
And then hand filed to death.
God, how long did this take?
Probably a total of over a day's worth, about at least 24 hours in total.
So how much do you want on it?
Let's do 150.
Alright. Alright, we will go over the rest of it in a few minutes.
The next day.
It is the next day from the big antique deal that I did yesterday. I sold these sterling scissors for 109 to one of my Discord moderators. I paid 80. I have an offer pending on the kamikaze, because it's intact. It wasn't a kamikaze. The Japanese pilot hat, I have an offer right now for 360, which I'm probably going to take. The Neolithic bracelet, I'm going to make a tech talk on shortly, and we'll talk a little bit about it. It's kind of interesting. The Bibles, I have not sold. Somebody's interested. I'm trying to get 250 on each of them. You know, Reed told me that I probably overpaid on them, or I paid like the top worth on them. But that's the thing with being an internet star, is people want to pay extra for the shit that you're selling. The Sandcast Eagle, I got fucked on at WhatNot at that. Paid 150, I got 125, but whatever. Too bad. And what I've come to learn with WhatNot is I just need to be careful about the items I'm selling, because if it's like a nice antique, it just does not belong on WhatNot. And as for this, my God, is it snowing? You guys, it's supposed to snow a foot. As we call it, a nice hot day in Minnesota. Okay, by the time you guys are seeing this, these are gone. I sold these. I sell these immediately. I'm only selling these now on WhatNot. That's basically the only spot you can get them for me. These are my new coins from North Korea, and I have 3 more orders in the wind. I am now buying everything my supplier has and selling all of them. These auctions, you guys, are so much fun. If you're not attending my WhatNot auction, please attend them. Like, you have no idea what you're missing out on. I do a Q&A at the end. It's like a great way to get to know me personally. Admittedly, I get really drunk almost every show I do, and I put on a great show. Like, people seem to like it. I'm borderline to like not selling these anywhere else, because WhatNot is allowing me to sell them. It's going really well. It's like I said, it's just a shit ton of fun. We're gonna talk all about WhatNot in a minute here, but it's turning, because like I was selling these at one price, and I've noticed the funnier I am, the more stuff goes for, and just bidding fever starts when I put these coins up, and they go for more than I was selling them, just because it's the free market and people just aggressively bidding on them. So if you want to get these from me, come to my WhatNot. I'm doing it every week, 2 nights a week, usually 8 p.m. Central. There's always an announcement on Instagram. But this is the place to come get North Korean stuff from me. Just like really quick, I'll show you some of these. I mean, most of these only have a mintage of 1,000. I'm pretty sure this one has a mintage of just 300. I had the silver one, I sold it earlier this week. These are all from the Bank of Korea, or the Bank of North Korea, but they call it the Bank of Korea. This is a big slab one. I've never seen one of these. I actually might keep this one because I am keeping some of these. Okay, yeah, right here, it's got the mintage. So 1,000. They made 3,000 on this one. Okay, it looks like this one that was silver, they made 300. This isn't silver. So, and I got like a full stack of North Korean currency. Plus this giant thing here, which I like this guy. If you guys are wondering, my bike broke this morning. I had to fix it by hand, so I washed it 4 times. It's about as good as it's gonna get. That's what my parents said when I was born. So please, please, please join me on WhatNot if you guys want to get North Korean stuff. And I would go so far at this point to say, I am now the #1 distributor of North Korean coins and currency in the United States. And for my good friends at the FBI watching, I am breaking the law. I'm doing it legally. People are like, why is this so expensive? Because you can't find it. I'm a fucking dealer. You know how many dicks I had to suck to find this guy? Jesus Christ, the other guy fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what the hell happened to him. He might have died or gotten arrested. So yeah, and if again, you're still perplexed, please watch my episode on North Korea. We talked in, I think it was episode 44, about the regime and the coins and the currency and why it's so hard to get. So I'm getting pretty creative with the things that I'm signing. This is Lavender Magazine. It's a queer magazine here in the Twin Cities. I had one delivered to me, and I was sitting doing an auction last night, and I'm like, oh, you know what, I'll fucking sign this. And I held it. I'm like, this is the queer magazine, and this is the only one I'm ever gonna sign. So, one, this magazine is bullshit. There's like a running joke in the Twin Cities. It's 99% ads and like 1 story written by somebody who's probably not even queer. Like, I fucking hate this magazine, but so I wrote on it, and this is a true story. The last time that I had Grindr, which was years ago, I hooked up with somebody, and they had a little something, and I didn't know, and boy, my throat really started to hurt. And I thought, but I feel fine. Let's just be me. Here's allergies. So I go up and I see my parents, and the first thing I do when I go and see them is walk into their place and open the fridge and drink their orange juice. And then I got a text message that I had gonorrhea down my throat, so boy, I had to go to the local hospital. I had to explain to my parents what was going on, and I needed immediate treatment, which was hideously embarrassing. And then I went to the hospital, and the fucking doctor made fun of me, because it's like a small town doctor. He's like, so what was her name? I'm like, well, funny story, doc. And I could literally hear him in the other room making fun of me with the nurses. So then he comes in with a fucking biggest needle I've ever seen in my life. It was like a harpoon. He goes, drop trow, this has to go in your butt. And I'm like, but can't it go in my arm? Nope, it's gotta go in your butt. So he stuck me with a needle, and I yelped and limped out of there. It was so embarrassing. And then I had to tell my parents to be on the lookout for symptoms. Luckily, I didn't give them an STD, but I almost did. So I conveyed that story on the sonograph. How appropriate. If you guys have Grindr, get rid of it. There's nothing good on there.
He's a creepy old man in a windowless van who wants to babysit the con artist can.
Oh, what's the creepy old man got in the van today? Any blood spatters in here? No. Fingernail marks? No. Well, questionable.
Yeah, but this is my best stuff, but
That's not your best stuff, eh?
I can tell you that.
Oh, dear.
No, I'm not looking for a whole lot of money.
Just out of curiosity, on the scale of best, where does this fall?
Cool.
Oh boy, the way you said Cool.
Dude, I don't have the best stuff today, dude.
Okay.
That's old, dude. That's old.
Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, fuck me. Oh my God, I don't know what the hell I just breathed in. The last person to talk in there said something old-timey and racist.
Is that worth anything to do that thing?
I'm not sure. That's what we do here. There's money some way, somehow. Boy, you're pushing the season, but okay. Snow globe. This is decently nice.
Look at that. No,
This
that's
is well done.
cheers.
Okay. Looks modern. The canvas is new, but yeah, whoever painted this is some skill. You have a Girl Scout handbook. Any passages about a windowless van? No. Let's see here. This.
That's an old tape measure. That's really old.
What's this?
An old tape measure.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, that's yourself right.
Tell ya, I don't need a tape measure to measure 9 inches. A goblet! Kingsley.
Dude, can you sell that?
Well, I can sure make use of it. Okay, it's like an old tin. Another painting.
Like I say, dude, I'm not looking for a whole lot of money for this stuff.
Okay.
That's it.
Bring me a Hitler. That's what I want. You're gonna bring me a painting. Bring me a Hitler. Or John Wayne Gacy.
I'm gonna bring some.
Okay, look at that. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, okay. You know, I'm liking the art you're bringing me today. I really am. Okay, nice big porcelain.
It's kind of heavy.
piece,
I don't know if you want
deer.
that. Dude. It's kind
Yeah, sure, why not?
There's a couple more pictures in there.
This is fucking hideous.
That's just kind of. It's kind of cool. It's kind of
That's
handmade.
probably how you go about looking at
Yeah,
it.
look at that, right?
Oh, we got another tin. Molly.
Hey, dude, open
I'm
that
looking for
up,
Molly.
dude. Open that up.
What's in here?
Yeah, no,
Is Molly in here?
yeah.
Really?
I want to show you. No,
Really? Oh, boy,
no.
you might have just brought me the a different kind.
Take it out. You
Not
know.
the one I was hoping for. But okay.
Dude, that's
Irish turf owner craft.
That's worth something, dude. It's worth something.
No.
It's very
Give
old.
me a whole new definition of I'm looking for Molly. $40.
50?
Oh, 45.
That's fine.
Okay. 30, 45.
Thank you, bless you.
My pleasure. I'm trying to find the value in these. Who are these artists? And I can't, I think this is Camilla. I don't know what the fuck this says, but so I can't read that one. This one, I couldn't find anything conclusive who the artist was. But this one I can read. J. Pamarini. So typed in J. Pamarini, still life flowers, looked around on the internet, found this artist was in an auction at some point. I couldn't get a sold price, but I keep digging. I see estate sales in Edina. Edina's the suburb I'm from. It borders St. Louis Park where I am here. So I looked, and I'm looking through this catalog of this estate sale from a couple months ago. And boy, there's a lot of familiar shit in here. A lot of shit that I know sitting in my basement is here on this estate sale website. For example, you guys remember Judge Roy Bean, the crazy judge who was selling liquor in his courtroom? We talked about him like a year ago because I bought a thing from the con artist. I bought this exact thing from the con artist. I thought, oh, okay, so I'm scrolling along and I realize, oh, wait a minute, not these. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. That's it. I just bought it. Well, so I'm going through like, whoa. That's a slightly different one, but wait. I literally have this in my basement. I have this right now, sitting still in my basement. We made a joke about it here on Pawn Man. And so I'm looking closer, and I see, look at the price tag. Looks familiar. I need a closer one. Keep looking, keep scrolling. Doesn't that look familiar? Holy shit. That's his writing. That's him putting the sticker on. You want to know where he's getting this shit? He runs estate sales. He ain't a charity case. You can't be a charity case if you're running fucking estate sales. It requires a lot of money. Oh, he's good. That is, I am almost impressed. I am impressed. So what I think is happening, This is other shit from his sales that hasn't sold. And I don't know I don't know if he's stealing it from the sales. I don't know if the people running the sales know that he's doing that. I don't know. It's none of my business. He says it's not stolen. It's about as far as I can go with it. So you want to know where he gets his shit from? He runs estate sales. We just figured that out. And, well, we just solved the 2-year-old mystery. Huh, I'm impressed. He really is a con artist. I never would have guessed that. So going over this stuff here, this potentially is a decent amount of money. I see a mini cameo piece right there, and this does look like it's very high quality. So I would think all my money back for 45 bucks is right here. I had another doll, creepy as shit. It was like an Annabelle doll. I bought 2 of them. I got 50 on one, I got 110 on the other, and the whole deal was 40 bucks. These porcelain pieces I'm doing pretty well on him with, so it's fine to take this, although this one is not stamped. There's 20. This is just plain creepy. I gotta look into this one. Let's see what year is this from. Oh, look, it's his victim's name. From 1951. Oh, this is in good shape. This is 10 bucks, no stamp, but 10 to 20. This old tin. I do well on old tins. This one's kind of beat up, but he even did the work for me. Here's what excites me. This piece here. This looks like it's from the 1950s from Japan, like post-World War II, 50s or 60s. I gotta look into this piece. This could be a $100 item. This, I guarantee you there's something here. And these other paintings, this one is signed. It's really well done. Excellent craftsmanship, excellent painting skill. Like, this is a legit artist, and I would think this is from the 60s or the 70s, so it's vintage. Again, signed by the artist. This is really, really well done. I almost want to keep this. It's kind of not my style here for the store, but I got to look into this. This one's the worst. And again, it's been signed. We see 1971 down here. Not great, but I mean, just here, just these 3 paintings, here's another 100. Unless the artist is well known, maybe even more. And again, then this one, again, not my style. Really well done. Artist signed it. So for 45 bucks, 3 to 4 times my money out, I would think. Don't we love the con artist? And it is so motherfucking creepy that he's giving me Boy and Girl Scout items. Like I'm nope. Seriously, when he sells me that shit, I am gonna look for bloodstains. All right, you guys, before we get into this episode, I sincerely want to thank, once again, the episode sponsor, not my fucking hairdresser, because that bitch couldn't get me in this week, and I gotta look like Jewish Goku for this episode. I'm a little annoyed, but no. I really want to thank our episode sponsor once again, Reaper Precious Metals. Use promo code PAWNMAN to get 5% off hand-poured superior silver bullion products. And with that, you guys, I'm really excited to talk about this, and I need to clarify right off the bat that this episode is not sponsored by eBay or WhatNot. I intercepted my researcher because, as you all know, I have joined WhatNot, and I'm fascinated by it, by its business model, by what I see as a modern day David and Goliath, or I guess a better analogy we'll get into toward the end, Netflix and Blockbuster. But let's talk a little bit about these services. We'll start with eBay, the giant. eBay was founded as Auction Web in September of 1995 by Pierre Omidyar, and it was, at the time, the second only auction website, period. It was beaten to the punch by just 4 months by another website called On Sale. Now, since its founding almost 28 years ago, eBay has become probably the most recognizable auction website on the planet. Probably one of the largest e-commerce sites on the planet, period. It is a multi-billion dollar company generating huge amounts of revenue every year. Like all e-commerce websites, when it first came out and was a novelty, it experienced insane profits. These profits have slowed down every year, but it is still a very profitable company. They have a very interesting business model that, like I said, generates a lot of revenue, both in fees. You know, you sell something on eBay, they take a cut. If you want to promote items on their website, they'll take a cut. They'll charge you, and I pay this myself. There's different tiers of if you sell X amount of items, because they might just charge you to have an auction, 10 cents or whatever. I think I pay $59.99 a month, but you're paying the $60 a month, and then they just shrink the fees for you. So I've done that since I opened the store. But with this kicking in the door of this new novel service, or it was novel 30 years ago when the internet was first getting big, there have since been other online auction websites that have come about. Another one that comes to mind is KBid, which I myself have personally never used, but maybe some of you guys have. And this is just one of many. There's tons of auction websites out there. There's auction websites for different specific things. There's auction websites for cars, there's auction websites for guns. eBay lets you do pretty much whatever, minus, certain things that they don't allow. Example, North Korean ship. They don't allow that on there. They don't allow a lot of German Third Reich stuff. Specifically hate stuff. They don't allow Playboys. We'll get into that in a little bit. Of these many newcomers, though, that have come into the online auction space, the most significant, in my opinion, what we're going to talk about is an inverse. This is eBay versus WhatNot. I'm going to talk about the two and compare them and just offer an opinion about where I think each of these big companies is going. But WhatNot, to me, stands out as probably the most significant of these online auction websites that's come about since eBay launched in 1995. And like I said, there have been many, many, many others. It's just WhatNot stands out to me like a shining star. Now, where eBay, in my opinion, really solidified its reign as a practical service, as just more than a fun novelty, more than something you just fucking bid on for fun. Something where it's like actually it serves a real purpose. It killed the Beanie Baby bubble. It is specifically why the Beanie Baby bubble was destroyed, because for the first time, you could look online and you could see what Beanie Babies were going for, what people were willing to pay in real time. And they would issue these, we talked about the Beanie Baby bubble already. It was one of the first episodes I did. But they would issue these price guides, like Mary Beth's Beanie World, these periodicals that would come out once a month, and they'd have prices in it. So you'd look and you'd see these prices, but then you go online and you'd see, well, no, this is Beanie Babies at $500. One just sold for $55. So that is what immediately pulled the tablecloth off the rotting table of the Beanie Baby bubble and exposed just how volatile the market was and how quickly it was shrinking much faster than people were perceiving. In the shattering of that bubble, it's such a quintessential 90s thing. It really served its purpose. And ever since, it has gone on to maintain that purpose. You guys, I'm not a price wizard. It astounds me the amount of people that think I'm a free appraisal service and be like, hey, I got this shit, what's it worth? Like, yeah, I'm like literally fucking drowning in shit to do, and you think I'm gonna just drop what I'm doing to give you a free appraisal? Oh, random person on the internet. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? And I don't do this, but you know what I used to do when I would do that? I look on eBay. Through and through, it is such a useful tool and service, what eBay created. And I don't even think they meant to do that. It just kind of happened to be a facet of what they made. So let's pause with eBay, and we'll talk about its new competitor, WhatNot, which I myself have recently joined, and I am in love with it. It is an amazing service. It is fascinating what they're doing here. So, WhatNot was founded in 2019 by Grant LaFontaine and Logan Head. And yeah, this thing that I'm talking about, despite all these other auction sites coming about, the one that, the most recent one basically, launched just in 2019, that's the one that we're focusing on. I mean, WhatNot was right place, right time. It was taking all the allure of social media, all the popularity that you saw coming from like TikTok, and it came in 2019 right before the pandemic. And during the pandemic, that's where WhatNot really took off, because you got all these people at home. And if you're watching an auction, you're watching people sell like me, you're not just like sitting on eBay, like spending money, just like, looking at auctions and bidding and stuff. You're watching a seller do a show. When I'm on there, I'm telling people that are watching me, I'm on there to entertain. First and foremost, I'm running a show where I'm entertaining. I'm getting drunk and I'm telling jokes, but I'm selling shit too. But you don't have to buy anything. I'm entertaining you. And that is really novel. I mean, what I tell people say, well, what's WhatNot? It's basically eBay meets TikTok. You go live, you sell shit. I have a fucking auction gavel. I'm the only person on there to have one. And I hauled up an item. You have between 15 seconds and 5 minutes. I usually do 20 seconds. People bid in the last 10 seconds. If somebody bids, you get 10 more seconds until it's done. Otherwise, if you do sudden death, it's last bid takes it. Kind of like eBay's basically just all sudden death. This took off in China and the United States because of the pandemic, and it has since turned into a multi-billion-dollar company in just a few short years. Last valuation I found, I'm pretty sure this is accurate. I might be a little bit off here. I saw it was worth $4 billion last I checked. 4. Now, between the two, eBay has slightly higher fees. eBay's 12.9%. It seems that sometimes they fuck with that number a little bit and sometimes a little more mess, but it seems, I can't sell that as a fact. Versus WhatNot, they do it, it's a little sketchier, but you end up paying less money. It's 8% plus 2.9% on top, plus 30 cents per transaction. So it ends up being about 11.5%, give or take. What really sets these two apart is not just the method of selling. A lot of the policies that they have as companies, a lot of the ethos they have as companies is very different. eBay typically sides with buyers when there's a dispute or a problem. WhatNot typically sides with sellers. And there's a lot of scams on eBay. I myself have been the victim of some, selling stuff. It doesn't happen very often, but it is pretty easy if you're on eBay to screw someone who sold you something if you're just morally bankrupt and shameless. eBay also, with selling your items, it's different and it's just not as convenient. With WhatNot, everything sells. I hold it up, I put a price. I usually do starting bid $1 because I have a large audience. If you're brand new to WhatNot, I would not recommend doing that because you can get screwed on stuff. But if I start at $1, it all sells. I put in the time limit. It all sells. It's part of why I'm drowning in work is I come to work and I got 70, 80, 90 packages I got to ship myself or more. But it all moves. It all sells. It doesn't sit. Versus on eBay, I have shit I'm sitting on, you guys, that I bought 2 years ago. It hasn't sold yet. And the price is fine. It's just, God, even the freaking page, like you look at it, you see how many page views it has. After several years, it has like 10 views. On eBay, you can have things like buy it now with best offer. You can also do that on WhatNot. But WhatNot is more for the live shows, for the holding stuff up, for the time limit, for the immediacy of selling. And eBay just does not have that feature yet. They are testing beta of live selling, but it's not been rolled out yet. And again, we'll get to this in a minute. They're too late to the punch, and it really, really matters in my opinion. The other thing I really like about WhatNot that sets it apart from eBay, you can't just sign up. eBay, anyone with a pulse can sign up who's over, I think you have to be over 18. WhatNot, you gotta be invited. They don't just let you start. And there's an onboarding process. You gotta watch an educational video. They don't just let you on. They make sure that you're a legit seller, and they reserve the right to kick your ass off for anything. And eBay can do that too. It's just, WhatNot to me seems to be being more careful of who they're allowing on their platform because they want to protect their name. They don't want scams to happen. So there's a wait list and there's a selective application process. And I really like that. Another thing that I really like about WhatNot, on eBay, you have 2 days to pay for an item. And I have people cancel all the time. I have people joke bid up my auctions. Like, I basically don't run auctions anymore on eBay because I have so many haters and trolls that, like, almost always when I run an auction, it gets joke bid and the person just cancels on me. WhatNot, you got to sign up your credit card and they charge you right away when you buy something. Like right now, you guys, I have a bin over here of shit on eBay I've sold. There's like 15 items in there. The people haven't paid yet. I have an auto cancel feature on eBay where I think you got 5 days to pay me. Like, I got to hound people for money. It's a pain in the ass. I'm like, I'm busy. I don't have time for that. And WhatNot, they do all of it for you. Now, like I said, this is David and Goliath. eBay's getting 700 million plus monthly visitors on their website. WhatNot's getting 3. So quite a bit bigger. eBay has a lot more money and they've been around for a lot longer. WhatNot is the newcomer. So why do I think WhatNot stands a chance at destroying eBay over the next 10 years? Because that's what I think is happening here. Well, I'd like to first introduce you, and I warned this person I was gonna do this. This jackass writing this comment. So, okay, first off, yeah, sure, a lot of people hate me, but my God, at least spell. Like, if you want to hurt my feelings, I'm a writer and I have a background in grammar. I've written 4 books. At least fucking spell, because I will not take you seriously at all if there's any punctuation issues, let alone this crap. This screams either boomer on too many pills, complete moron who doesn't breathe, or child, or a combination of the 3, but it's certainly not an intelligent person writing this. But what I like about it is they accidentally stepped in shit by trying to shit on me and they didn't even realize it. And that's just the glaring thing here that I want to drive home is WhatNot, to quote There Will Be Blood, is drinking eBay's milkshake, something fierce. And eBay doesn't even know that there's a fucking straw in their milkshake, and it is draining fast. I can see it.
I drink your milkshake.
We have, in my opinion, a Blockbuster versus Netflix scenario taking place all over again. And here's why. Why did Blockbuster go under? Despite being a multi-billion-dollar company, tried and true, around for decades, because they got arrogant. Because they thought they were never going to go away, because they assumed that they would always control the market, they assumed they would always be there, they assumed they'd always be the giant, and they started shitting on their customers, royally. And then a novel service came out and completely undercut them, and it was pretty easy for people to jump ship and say, well, fuck that. At first, it was harder for people to get this idea of, well, I get stuff in the mail, I gotta wait 3 days, I want to go to the store and have it in my hand. But then they got tired of the late fees, and they got tired of the bullshit of going to the store and everything else, and then they realized that Netflix was cheaper and better, and it was a company that had more integrity, and I'm seeing that with WhatNot against eBay. Do you guys know eBay used to have a phone number to call? And I do over $250,000 a year in sales on eBay. You'd think they'd give me a phone number to call if there's a problem. It's a big part of my business, or it was. No, they got rid of their phone line during the pandemic to save money, and now it's like impossible to talk to a human. And it is really easy on eBay to accidentally get in trouble, and it just costs you a lot of money for bullshit. They do this. The feedback score thing that they do is a gun to your head. It drives me insane because every time I get bad feedback, it's some fucking ridiculous Karen who I couldn't make them happy if I sucked their dick. I couldn't have done anything to make it right. They were looking for a problem and they invented one in their head somewhere along the way, and it's poo-poo on me as a seller. I get this negative feedback and then suddenly people don't want to buy shit from me. And then my seller, because you have to have a transaction defect rate on eBay of 2% or less, meaning 1 out of every 50 items. It can't go out late, which is more than 2 days, or you can't cancel the sale, which, something that happens here. I accidentally sell something out of the case and I forget to take it off eBay. Oops, refund you, click, it's fine. But that's a strike and I get negative feedback, which hurts my account. It's a mess. There's no customer service for the sellers at all. It's all in favor of the buyers, and it's just alienating sellers, people like me. I got kicked off eBay last year for selling Playboys because some fucking Nancy Reagan working there decided that was pornography. No one told me it was fine. It went from being fine to not fine, and I got my account kicked off for 2 weeks. I bet it cost me 10 grand, and I had no fucking phone number to call. I was on the phone, you guys, for hours trying to get in contact with a human, and finally, I got connected to some guy in Ireland, and he like immediately saw that like what a shitty problem it was, and he overturned it. You know, it took 2 days, but he's like, well, I'm gonna forward this up to the high ups. But shit, for the amount of money I generate, the amount of money I make them per year, for me as a seller to go through that bullshit is exactly what Blockbuster was doing to its customers. And it's not just that. It is, the train has left on social media and selling auctions like this. eBay, like I said, they're beta testing, but they are too late. WhatNot has become the staple of what this is. They are getting bigger and better every day. eBay, even if they roll it out, will still be number 2, and that is gonna stink more and more and more because what they're doing is less relevant for the world that we're living in. WhatNot is mirroring social media with this auction thing, and it is so novel and fun. And like I keep saying the word novel, but you guys, it is fun. I have a blast. So are the other sellers. You like Chum Lee from Pawn Stars is on there, and apparently he's having a blast too. Also, eBay is so goddamn restrictive now, and they're getting more restrictive of what they allow on their website for no reason. Like the North Korean shit is fine on WhatNot. I bought it legally. There's nothing wrong with me selling it. It's just eBay's got a moral clause. The only thing that WhatNot won't let me do, and it does piss me off, but they won't let me sell Third Reich shit. And it's like, come on, my Jewish ass should be the one selling it, if anyone. It's like not letting me say the word cocksucker. If any cocksucker has earned the right to say cocksucker. We'll just keep that. So between shitting on sellers, just ballooning into this monstrosity that is impersonable at the end of the day, simple as that. WhatNot, I mean, I have somebody who works there got me, is why I'm on there, because like I've had phone conversations. This is my contact who works there. They recruited me to be on there. I do now have, I'm not gonna get into the details, I do now have an exclusive deal. They're paying me to only sell live on there, meaning if eBay reaches out to me and says, we want you to be a beta tester, I'm gonna tell them to go fuck themselves. WhatNot, another thing that they're doing, they're poaching all the influencers and they're getting them on their platform to be exclusive like this. And that is brilliant because now that eBay is rolling out this beta thing, they're gonna reach out to people like me and we're all gonna say, sorry. No, just through and through, you guys, I'm really fed up with eBay. I'm fed up with this mentality. I've been using eBay since I was 13. Seriously, I've been using it for 20 years. It has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. Basically, eBay in my eyes is a dinosaur and WhatNot is the asteroid that is going to change the landscape of all this. They're already doing it. I think if eBay has half a fucking brain cell, they will buy WhatNot and put this to bed right now before it becomes a full-on rebellion, and they are screwed. Bottom line, like I said, WhatNot is drinking eBay's milkshake, and although eBay has more money, WhatNot has done something that eBay cannot compete with. I mean, they've evolved opposable thumbs, and eBay's still crawling around like a dinosaur. I'm making the same analogies again, but I cannot emphasize this enough, what I'm seeing happen here. You know, history repeats itself. Companies like this repeat themselves, and this is Netflix versus Blockbuster all over again. You guys, I can't urge you enough. Please join my WhatNot, follow me, watch my auctions. They're a ton of fun. We're doing them a couple times a week. I'm on at 8 p.m. Central. And again, WhatNot did not put me up to doing this at all. This was my idea. I intercepted my researcher and I said, yo, first episode back, we gotta talk about eBay and WhatNot, because it is fascinating what is unfolding here. And that's the magic of eBay versus WhatNot and the drinking of a milkshake. Come to my WhatNot auctions and watch me drink milkshakes. I'm not drinking milkshakes, I'm just drinking booze and fostering a problem that has nowhere to go but up. Because it's not a drinking problem, it's a drinking solution. All right, you guys, well, just like that, it is the end of the day and the end of the episode. Once again, I sincerely want to thank our episode sponsor, Reaper Precious Metals. You guys, please visit Reaper Precious Metals website. Their link is in the video description below. Hit them up on social media. Use promo code PAWNMAN to get 5% off hand-poured, superior silver bullion products. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button so you guys know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Please become a Pawn Man Patreon or sponsor an episode. It helps me a ton. Get my books on Amazon. Follow me on social media at Evan Kale, at Pawn Man, and I'll see you guys back here for another great episode of Pawn Man. Later, guys.